Fear of Friday the 13th, Paraskevidekatriaphobia, or as you might know it, the one day you can blame spilling your coffee and dropping your iPhone down the elevator shaft on a superstition and not your own stupid fault. But seriously, let's take a look at this strange calendar occurrence and figure out what people are doing, what they think they're afraid of, and just where the idea came from in the first place. A Friday the 13th occurs 1 to 3 times per year. 2017, for example, has 2, January 13th and October 13th. Throughout history, people from many cultures act fearful on this day, as if something bad is inevitable. Stock market prices often fluctuate, and many are afraid to travel. The superstition is responsible for a multi-billion-dollar economic impact. Possible contributing factors to the Friday the 13th fear are rooted in Christianity and other religions, folklore, and many historic and even modern events. But looking back in time to determine the sole origin of the Friday the 13th fear proves to be a challenge. Most likely, the fear is a combination of 2 long-running superstitions, fear of the number 13 and a fear of Fridays. In 1910, American psychologist Isidore Coryat coined the term Triskaidekaphobia, fear of the number 13. While there are fears of several numbers among various cultures, like 17 in Italy and 4 in Japan, none seem to be as common as a fear of 13. This has several contributing origins. First of all, Christianity has many references to evil associated with the number 13. There were 13 disciples at the Last Supper, after which Judas betrayed Jesus, leading to his crucifixion. Mark 7 also describes 13 wicked sins. Deuteronomy 13 speaks about pagan and false gods, and Revelation 13 speaks about Satan and the Antichrist. Another reason is the possible understanding of 12 as a complete number. There are 12 months, 12 zodiac signs, 12 apostles, 12 AM and PM hours, 12 inches in a foot. Humans just like the number 12. Naturally, this could make the 13th of anything seem uncomfortable, misfitting, or just wrong. Additionally, 13 witches make up a coven, and witchcraft is seen as very evil in many cultures. As a result of these and likely other factors, it has become popular tradition to avoid having 13 guests at a dinner party. Many buildings intentionally skip their 13th floors, and some airlines even avoid 13th rows of seating. So now that we understand fear of the number 13, let's look at the second part of the Friday the 13th problem, fear of Friday. Once again, many of the most popular reasons to fear Fridays come from the Bible. Many bad events are described to have taken place on Fridays, the main being Jesus' crucifixion on Good Friday. Some scholars also believe that Adam and Eve committing the first sin, the Great Flood, and the deuniting of the people of Babylon all occurred on Fridays. Aside from biblical reasons, many sailors have also long believed that setting sail on a Friday will curse the voyage and its crew. Although no actual evidence proves such an occurrence, a widely circulated urban legend describes the British Royal Navy's attempt to disprove the superstition by building a ship called the HMS Friday, assigning to it Captain James Friday, setting it sail on a Friday, and having it disappear at sea never to be heard from again. Many possibilities for fear of both Friday and the number 13 are apparent, so it makes sense that a day combining the two could inspire a doubly intense superstition. Historic occurrences including the arrest and subsequent execution of hundreds of the Knights Templar by Philip IV of France on Friday the 13th in October of 1307 may have helped to combine the two unlucky beliefs, although there are no specific records noting Friday the 13th as a superstition itself until 1869 in the biography of Gioacchio Rossani. Rossani, an Italian music composer, was described as regarding Friday to be an unlucky day and 13 to be an unlucky number. He later died on a Friday the 13th. Whatever the reason for the superstition, popularization and entertainment only helped spread the fear. Thomas W. Lawson's 1907 novel Friday the 13th describes taking advantage of the superstition to cause Wall Street financial chaos. The 1980 to present day Friday the 13th American franchise of horror films, TV series, and video games certainly didn't help either. The possible power of the Friday the 13th superstition has been even further boosted by several more recent disasters occurring on the day. The Paris 2015 attacks, which occurred on Friday, November 13th, the Costa Concordia disaster, which killed 30 people on Friday the 13th of January 2012, and perhaps the most bad luck of all, a 13-year-old boy in England who was struck by lightning at exactly 13:13 on Friday the 13th of August 2010. Fear surrounding Friday the 13th is one of the most popular superstitions in our culture today. We may never know exactly where it began or if there's really anything to it, but it's probably going to be around in one form or another for generations to come. Whether or not you believe in its unfortunate powers, however, is all up to you.